Welcome to This Explainer. You know, if you've ever felt that ancient doctrines are just too vast or abstract to grasp, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to look directly through the eyes of Maitreya Bodhisattva himself to demystify an ancient, truly monumental Buddhist text. We're going to comb through the essential framework of the Yogacara Bhumisastra, specifically Volume 100, and discover a highly structured, beginner-friendly blueprint for enlightenment. Let's quickly map out our journey. We're covering 1. The blueprint from Tushita. 2. Our foundation in discipline and Vinaya. 3. Insight into dharmas and phenomena. 4. The steps of the 9 grounds and paths. And finally, 5. Perfection and the ultimate liberation state.
Section 1. The Blueprint from Tushita.
To really understand this profound framework, we first need to look at exactly where it comes from. This text establishes immense historical and spiritual authority. It was spoken directly by Maitreya Bodhisattva from Tushita heaven, and then painstakingly translated by the legendary Tripitaka master Xuanzang. So this isn't just your run-of-the-mill philosophical treatise, right? It's a direct lineage of wisdom meant to guide practitioners out of suffering, carrying the weight of centuries of rigorous study. So how does Maitreya actually structure this massive transmission of wisdom? Well, he uses something called a matrika. Now, don't let the dense terminology overwhelm you here. Just think of a matrika as Maitreya's master index. It's essentially an architectural blueprint. It serves as a highly compassionate diagnostic tool designed specifically to cure human suffering. Instead of just throwing endless abstract concepts at a beginner, Maitreya uses this matrix to organize reality into digestible, completely manageable pieces. Section 2. Foundation, Discipline, and Vinaya.
Before we can build the higher architecture of the mind, we've got to lay down a solid groundwork. And that brings us directly to behavioral regulation. Maitreya states that a practitioner, especially one following the monastic rules or Vinaya, must comprehensively understand 5 specific areas to successfully navigate the world. We're talking about deeply grasping the events of your actions, the exact nature of offenses, the diverse types of persons you interact with, how to achieve beneficial integrations for everyone, and the underlying worldly afflictions. By understanding these 5, you create this incredibly practical framework that stops destructive behaviors before they even start.
And this brilliantly sets up a stark contrast between 2 very different ways of living. On one side, we have pure discipline, which Maitreya characterizes as the behavior of the wise. It's restrained, it brings a profound inner joy, and it perfectly hones your morality. But on the flip side, we have worldly afflictions, which is basically the behavior of fools. The text explicitly mentions things like torturing yourself with endless grief over death, blinding greed, or exhausting yourself with extreme physical deprivations in this false hope of purity. It's a powerful comparison that shows exactly why protecting your mind through pure discipline is so absolutely crucial. Section 3. Insight, Dharmas and Phenomena. Okay, with our foundation of discipline secure, we are now ready to examine the raw materials of reality itself. And what's amazing about Maitreya's framework is that he takes the infinite, swirling complexity of the entire universe and neatly organizes every single phenomenon into just 5 fundamental categories. We have the mind itself. We have mental factors like your specific feelings and thoughts. We have form, the physical material world, non-associated formations, which are abstract concepts like time, and finally, unconditioned dharmas, like the ultimate piece of nirvana. By slicing reality into just these 5 proportional buckets, the universe actually becomes manageable for beginners to analyze without totally panicking. Section 4. The steps, 9 grounds and paths. Now that we have our materials properly indexed, let's look at how we actually construct the path and climb this ladder of practice. While the source text meticulously outlines 9 specific grounds of progression, these initial 4 are absolutely the most critical for a beginner. Think of it like a roadmap. Step 1 is the equipment ground, and this is where you're just gathering your supplies, accumulating basic merit and goodness. Step 2 is the application ground, where you put in the diligent practice to stop your mental energy from leaking away into distractions. Step 3 is the observation ground, where your focused mind begins actually seeing the deeper truths. And step 4 is the seeing ground, where you fundamentally shift and enter true reality. It literally takes the mystery out of enlightenment and turns it into a systematic process. But how do you actually walk those steps? Well, to climb effectively, Maitreya reminds us of the true nature of time. The past moment
instantly extinguished. It's gone. You cannot touch it. The future moment is merely about to arise, so it doesn't even exist yet. And the present moment is characterized by momentary abiding. It flashes into existence and then vanishes. The crucial takeaway here is that all your actions are momentary flashes across time. This means your power to shift your trajectory, break bad habits, and actually apply this practice exists entirely and exclusively right in this current, fleeting moment. Section 5. Perfection, Ultimate Liberation State. So let's move to the absolute pinnacle of this framework and see the final results of mastering Maitreya's blueprint. After all the lists, all the categories, and the detailed steps, what is the ultimate conclusion? Well, it simply comes down to the number 2. The ultimate goal of all this structured practice comes down to just 2 ultimate perfections. The text calls them the ultimate perfection of wisdom, which is knowing reality flawlessly, and the ultimate severing of all afflictions, which means cutting off every last root of suffering. Once you achieve these 2, you've reached the absolute end of the path. As we wrap up this explainer of Maitreya's magnificent framework from Tushita Heaven, I want to leave you with this final thought. How will you apply this architectural blueprint to construct your own daily mindfulness and achieve eventual liberation? Maitreya Bodhisattva has provided the perfect master index to understand the mind and the universe. The foundation is laid out, the categories are clear, and the steps are right in front of you. Now the actual building is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining us to decode this profound text. Keep applying these insights to your present moments, and I'll see you next time.